Good afternoon, everybody. We're at 20 a.m. in Texas. The, the the darkness is dark. Dark. You can't see nothing out there. That's on. I got a brand new trim. Brand new one of them barber shears. I can shear a sheep or whatever. I sheared this beard from the bottom and come up like this. In other words, it didn't work real smooth, but I finally gained a technique and I got it. All this here was like this, here, all the way up here. Anyway, we've got some horses for sale, and we're going to try and get those sold by the second. They may sell in Oklahoma. About 40 miles east of Oklahoma City on I-40. We'll sell there on the 2nd, I believe, of October 2021. So if you're there, you might see my horses. One of them, I think, is a King, back to King Santanon, which is on King Ranch back in the 40s, I believe. But anyway, don't write that down. But I think this horse is come from that lineage of way back there, basic bred cow horse working ancestors. Three Bars was they said he's a thoroughbred. He was fast. I think three Bars was in the 50s, if I'm mistaken. But anyway, this horse goes to Three Bars. He might be pretty fast, but I don't think he's like really fast. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to spend too much money training him for the racetrack. We've got a price tag of $15,000 on these colts. They're 2 years old. We've got 60 days of riding training, and they're all quarterback. Oh man, I can't talk. Quarter horses, paperwork. And the paperwork's in Emerald, Texas, getting it's paperwork updated. It might be Oklahoma City, I don't know. But anyway, I got a card. I can do amateur competition. So I'm gonna be heading down to a little town about 30-40 miles east of Oklahoma City on I-40. And that's where the big sale barn is. You look on the internet, find it. You know, it'll have sale dates and all that, and location. So get out there and get you a horse. Top of the thing in there, do we have proper microphone and loudness? So if anybody's out there listening, let us know if a microphone is working okay. I can make it louder by making, getting the microphone closer to me. So let me know on that. Anybody can read that. Do we have proper microphone and loudness? That's what I wrote down on the chat engine. So anybody that's out there can respond if they want to. And you see my little doggy right down here. He's sound asleep. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, 4:30. He's a little tired. He's been up with me here probably the last hour and a half, and he finally just laid down with sleep. Can't blame him. So I'm hoping these coats bring around $15,000 a piece, and I got three of them, so it's $45,000 until give me a little money to buy some of these racehorses that I want to get into. And the upcoming sale at the Four Sixes Ranch is going to have some little quarter horses for sale, and there's a 2021 model that's a bay that I like, so I'm going to try and bid on him. So I've got brand new saddles for sale. You can see those on my website at Chew Inc. CHUINC .wordpress.com. It's got about 5 or 6 saddles on there. And, send us an email with your phone number on there. We'll give you a call and we'll talk about those saddles on the website. How much we want for them, how much it take for them. I'm gonna have some pictures up of my horses, hopefully within a couple of weeks. So stay informed. Write my website down in case you want to quick look. Might be something on there you'd be interested in. See the clock up there, it's going to run around. It's actually 4:33. I don't know what that clock says up there exactly, but it's 4:33 by my computer internet clock. I don't see why nobody's writing anything down there. There's no one on here except me. Live feeding, nobody's here. Yep, it's gonna work here. Live, open the live YouTube. Okay, you can see there, it's a live channels on YouTube, and we are supposed to be live when we've got no customer base because we're not actually live. I don't know what's wrong with this thing, but it's supposed to be live on YouTube, but it's not. It's not showing up on that screen. So if the customer is on the screen, the live feeds, you're not going to see me on there because I'm not on there. I don't know what's up with YouTube. They may not be letting me on the live feed, even though that says live. Maybe they'll let me practice. Practicing live. And back though, I had taken the same computer, taking this same picture I'm in right now, was showing up on that live screen, and I had like one visitor. So you can see me up there in one of those little pictures up there live. I was actually on there, so no subscribers. I guess they took me off. I don't know. I've got no subscribers and no watchers. There's not very many people up at 4:30 a.m. Most people with a brain is asleep. Yeah, this old hat has had a lot of miles. It's dirty. So you take a heavy duty paper towel, give it a brush down like a brush. And it takes the dirt, crud off of it, like that. I guess that looks bad, but you've ever seen it. It was all wadded up in a little bitty knot. Everybody said, "You gonna throw that hat away?" And I said, "No, you don't throw it away. It's a good hat." They go, "Oh, you gotta be kidding." So I just put it under the water, sprayed some water on it, and on the side of the brim also put some water on here. I shaped it. I shaped it and let it dry. This is what I ended up with. Unbelievable. Pretty right here. That still got a little problem right there, but I can work on that. Put some water on there and let it dry again. I can straighten this out a little bit here. See, it's in pretty good shape, really. Let's see, miles on it. This hat was probably purchased in probably about 1980, and it's a Resistol, made in Texas, USA. 4X beaver, which is not high quality, but a lot of people don't know it. 4X will withstand a lot of work details, like out in the weather. This has been on horseback, working out in the hot summer sun, in the cold, freezing winter, rainy conditions, and it's still got this much style to it after all these years. So, uh, in the near future, if anybody from China is watching or from Japan, this hat is for sale. It's a broke in, ready to wear, been the miles, $7,000 for this hat. If you buy this hat and you want to resell it to me next year, I will guarantee right now, in person, on film, right here in my office, I will pay you $8,000 for this hat. So it's a guaranteed fact that you can resell this hat for a profit, maybe more somewhere else. But I will guarantee you $1,000 profit on this hat in 1 year from today. All you got to do, ship it back to me and leave me your name on the check and the address. Mail it to you, and I'll send you a check for $8,000 in 365 days from now. So that will give me more money to buy and sell horses with all year, and both of us will be happy. You'll make a profit, and I'll get more horses bought. I'll miss my hat, so I'll buy it back if you don't sell it back to me. I've got a question on there. Anybody that jumps on there, do we have proper microphone and loudness? See, I can't hear me on there. I don't know if I'm recording properly or not. Let me know. Alrighty. Let's see if you're on the live feed yet. I'm on there. Look there, I'm on there. We're actually on there right now. How to be a cowboy, make money in a cowboy lifestyle. All right, we're actually on there. I can see me back there. All right, we're actually on there. All right, we're actually on there. All right, we're actually on there. We're actually on there. We're actually on there. Let's repeat this. Okay, we had to turn the microphone off because that wasn't working. But anyway, it's on there. We're live, and it's microphone's working great. I'm really loud on there. Really loud on there. It's working good. So anyway, I think it's still working over there. Okay. Here's my little doggy woke up. Come here. Come here. Get up here. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Come on. Get up here. There he is. A little doggy. Yeah. Did you decide to wake up? Hmm. Junior. Hello, Junior. Say hello to everybody. Say hello to everybody. You're such a smart little dog. You're such a smart little dog. Yeah. He's my buddy, I tell you. He stays right with me. I go in there and turn on the television, and he'll be right in there pretty quick. So anyway, I'm actually on live for real, and it's showing up good. You can see me on my other TV there. See how clear I am. Oh yeah, that's a very clear shot. That shot is behind me about quite a while. 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, 7, or 8, 9 seconds. Maybe longer. But this is a live from a camera to the satellite back down to the station. They're sending the signal to my computer. It takes a while to get this much volume of divots or electrons flowing through the cables channels up in the air and back down. Wow, lands, I don't see how they do this. And this picture is perfect back here. From this angle, it's not real clear on my computer, but if I turn around and look at that screen, it's clear as a bell. So there you go. A little dog laid back down. He's tired. It is still early. It's 15 till 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's unbelievable. It's at 15 till 5 a.m. It's dark outside. You can open the windows and it's dark. I mean, dark. So how to make money? You buy horses, you ride them, you get them handling good. Find out what their qualities are, and you relay that information to your prospective buyers in the audience. at the auction ring, and you tell them the good qualities of the horse, and you tell them the bad qualities of the horse. He's got some bad habits. You let the people know about it, because therefore you gain respect as a seller from the audience. They'll learn that you tell it like it is, best of your ability, and you gain respect like that. So you have to treat people with respect best you can, and you have to, you know, show your horses the best you can, and let them know, you know, if you think they're going to work good in their program or not. If you tell them how the action is on the horses and so forth. You do want to buy as quality as much as you can afford it. The better quality you've got to work with, the more they can learn, the faster they can do their job. And people recognize quality in horses pretty quick, especially if they're out there in the arena moving cattle, or someone is roping off this horse in the arena. They can see how the motion goes forward. Is the little horse talented? Is he doing his job correctly? I guarantee these pro ropers can watch a video of a horse and tell you if that horse is performing good or not performing good. And if they're interested in buying him, it'll give them a better idea on if he's going to make a good roping horse or not. These are young horses. They're 2 years old. They've just been ridden, lope around in little figure eight patterns and so forth. They've never had a real job of horseback. You know, someone sitting on them working cattle and all that. They haven't been there yet. They haven't had no rope up here like this. I don't know how booger they are. The next owner is going to have to find all that out. We're going to try and sell them at auction. I think it's called Shawnee, Oklahoma auction barn. You can have a horse sale. October the 2nd, I believe. You need to check on the internet to see the details on that. But I'm giving you the general basics. You've got to figure out for sure when the damn sale is. So if you're late getting there, it's not my fault. You should have looked it up. You don't just take people's word for things exactly on the money and say that's the way exactly it is. You check on from the source, from them. Look at their website and see what dates they put on there. That's the number you go by. If it says October 2nd at 12 o'clock, if you're not there at noon, you may miss the sale. You got to get out of bed and get bonkers up there about daylight. Look at the horses before the sale starts. You can get a lot better idea how the horses maneuver, how quick action they are, and so forth. I watch them in a natural state out there with the rest of the horses. So let's talk prices here. These quarter horses coming off the ranch, they're bringing somewhere mostly between $1,500 and $2,500. You could pick out a pretty good coat in that price range. Now the real pretty ones that people say, oh, that's a good looking horse. They mean the color most of the time. Talking about the color of the horse. Um, a real eye catcher little horse can bring 6, 7 thousand and more. So if you're trying to make money in the horse business, you got to find something that you can resell. So I really think the quality of the horse, the way he's built, and the color is important. Just the way it is. Like when you go shopping in a car and you see one that's kind of like just a car, you're not going to be thrilled to sign the dotted lines. It's just there's a little red convertible there with a white top. You're going to think, wow, that's really pretty. I'd like to have that in my driveway for sure. Then you want to sign the dotted line and take it home before somebody else does because there's not very many of them that's really pretty. Same way with those coats, and those cowboys know that when they're there at that sale ring, you watch them. They're bidding like crazy on this coat. That's because they know there's not very many of them that pretty, built like that, at that sale. So if they're two money boys is wanting that horse, he's liable to skyrocket high. What you need to do is you buy these horses that are pretty. If you can't afford them, then you develop them as far as you can take them, and then take them back to the sale, and you should make a profit on them. So it's pretty simple that um, you have to have a place to keep them. It's better to have a stall rented where the owner of the stall keeps your horses in feed, because if you miss a day going out to feed your horse, it's not good. The horse has to eat every day. So the owner of the stable will feed your horse for you if you set him up and pay him a little extra. You'll make sure your horses get fed properly. So most of these stables are professionally run by people that really care about your horses. And if you pay them a little extra, most of the time they'll get feed and water in a timely manner. So I haven't heard about any stables that are not doing their job properly. Any bad news about any of these guys. They're all pretty professional. Take care of your horses for you. So we're on here about 30 minutes. I believe it's 4:20. Yeah, 4:20. 10, 35 minutes. There are 35 minutes. Well, there's a clock right up there. 34 minutes. I was guessing 35 is 34. I was guessing pretty close. So I've got a black, and I call it. They call it a dark chestnut with black stockings, and then the bottom of the front 2 feet are white, the white socks on the front. And when he's galloping like that white really shows up on this black horse. And he's it looks like this King Ranch horse back in the 40s that he's bred back to. When his paperwork goes back to the King Ranch, and Santanon was the next generation. Santanon, King, and it goes down to 3 Bars. 3 Bars was a real beautiful sorrel racehorse. Well, I say quarter horse, but the papers say thoroughbred. So the rest of the horse generation, I'll say quarter horse. So he's got a lot of quarter horse in there and a little bit of thoroughbred. So his back hips are not like real muscled up like a roping horse. He's built more like a thoroughbred in that hind quarter. So he's, I think he's going to have a lot of speed. I'm going to put him on a test track and see how he does in a stopwatch time trial to get some young jockey with a little jockey saddle him up. He rides good. Put this little jockey under him and just turn him loose. Don't whoop the horse, but let him run. Let's see how fast he is. Don't whoop my horse. If I put him in the professional racing out there, I'm going to tell him, don't whip my horse. You can lean down low and you can give him some rein, but don't whoop my horse. Now, if this horse is fast, he's 2 years old. If I had a partner that had some money, here's the deal. We could actually race this horse in these real races. And if he's good and he's fast, both of us will be very wealthy. I'm telling you, one horse can make us, I'm not going to say millionaires, but pretty well off. And I've got three colts 2 years old right now that if I had an investment partner, we could take them onto the track in a few weeks. They're coming 3 years old. These horses are ready to go to the racetrack with a little lightweight jockey on them right now. We just got to get some more training on them, get them in the chute, in the go gate. Open gate, the horse goes. You got to get him used to that chute so he's not scared of it. So that he'll walk in there and when they open the gate, he takes off. That's the main thing I think of racing is the entrance and the exit, and staying clear of the other horses and knowing get a jockey that knows how to maneuver around these other guys and going around them and end up in first place. That's how you make the money. Because you get a cash at each race that you win, you get paid. So if I had a compadre partner, he starts getting his money back right away if this is a fast horse. And then if the horse gains value, you could, if you wanted to, you could sell him pretty quick and turn a profit. You just sell him, get your money back, and make a profit right away. Or you could keep him and let him keep winning a few races and all, and not even gaining more value. That's all I'm saying. So that's how you make money with horses. You either have a profession to do with them, or you train them in a profession and then turn them loose and sell them to someone else that can progress them on, like a pro roper, professional roper, can step on that horse and make him look even better. So these guys knows what they're doing. If they offer you a price on that horse, it's a good solid price, and you can't take the horse any further yourself. I think let them go. Take the money, put it in the bank, let that horse go, and we'll find you another one and work him up to your ability, and then turn him over to the professional. These cowboys work hard at their trade. I'll tell you that. They're not home sleeping. They're working at their trade. If they're a roper, they're out there practicing, even when the rest of the guys are not practicing. These professional guys get out there and practice. I'll guarantee you they do. That's how they're good and they win. They put some effort into it. Same with buying and selling horses. I put a lot of effort into buying and selling horses. All I need is some backing with some real power play, like check book. We could turn a lot more revenue a year if I had some checkbook backing. That's all I need. Checkbook backing. So if you got, let's say you make $1,000 on one horse. So let's say you get a partner that can furnish the old back pocket checkbook deal. You get 10 horses and you make $1,000 on each horse. Guess what? You've made $10,000 in that same time period as the one horse deal. You made $1,000. Now you figure it out. Which you think worked better, an investment banker, or you just make the $1,000? Which one are you going to do? Well, I'd rather make the 10 grand. Split part of the profit off the top. So anyway, it's a lot more fun to have a partner anyway because they can boss you around a little bit. You know, they can help you make the right decision sometimes. You're not always right. The guy with the paycheck, he might be able to help you out a little bit on certain items. And say, oh, let's don't buy that bunch of bronky horses. It'd take too long to train them out. But we might turn them into rodeo broncs for sale. They pay really good for a good bucking horse. You know, there's other routes to go. If you get a bad one, sell them to the rodeo guys. This horse can buck. There's ways out. We still make money. Oh, Lordy. So if anybody's out there wants to look at my horses or whatever, we're going to have them on this website. And it's real simple. It's called www.cowboy.blue. It's not .com, it's .blue. Believe it or not, they've got some new websites available, domain names. I've got a website up, and it's got one of my saddles on there for sale. And I'm going to try and have some pictures of the horses on there, or a link to another website that has the horses on there. So you can see what your investments are buying. And I am a legitimate, honest, the best I can be person. And if I tell you the horse didn't make any money on a certain deal, he didn't make no money. So if he did make $10,000, I'll tell you he made $10,000, and we'll split that up in a reasonable manner so that you're happy and I'm happy. That's how you make money in the horse business, and not even have to get out of bed in the morning. All you got to do is write me a check. You just write me a check. The money goes into the horse account. Basically, it's as simple as that. Simple like I said. And when the horse sells, or if the horse makes money, if the horse is in a race and he makes money, you get a check. If I get a check, you get a check. So that's where I'm going to work that. And it doesn't take a lot of money to do a one horse deal. Probably I'm going to suggest put in about $5,000 to get started. And if you like the program, you're making money, and you want to put in another $5,000, there's plenty of room for a lot more money. Plenty of room to work with a lot more money. But if you want to start with a $5,000 investment, that's cool. And I work with less investment to get started. If you want to try a little dab, put in $1,000. So how to get a hold of me is that get on the website and look at the email address and send me an email and put your phone number in there, basically, and I'll give you a call. So I will answer the phone. If you call me back, I will answer the phone. If you're smart with me, cussing me and telling me how sorry I am, low down, I will not answer my phone. I don't want to talk to people like that. I want to talk to old boys that's in a good mood You want to go have a beer. You got a problem, don't take it out on me because it wasn't my fault. You know, the horse didn't run fast enough. Hey, it wasn't my fault. We should have bought a faster horse. Pretty simple. You know, you take a little bit of loss and hopefully a whole lot of gain. So it'd be fun to be in the racehorsing business, and we need more money for that for sure. But what you have to do is you have to go to these racetracks and you have to lease or rent a stall. You put your horse in the stall, you buy hay for him, and you put it, you get one of the local uh, riders or jockeys at that racetrack to work for you. And when it's your turn to race your horse, your jockey knows what the routine is and what horse is coming available. He's hired on to ride this horse. He'll be there because these guys want to work. They're not lazy. These jockeys want to work. So if you give them a mount, they'll be there. They'll ride the horse in the race, and if you win, you get a check, a pretty healthy check. It might not be but $1,500, but I'm guarantee you, $1,500 will add up. You know, will add up and it'll make your horse more valuable. Every time he wins a race, the horse gets more valuable. That's how you make big money. And you sell the horse. Some rich guy is going to want him. If he's fast enough, some rich guy is going to make you a bodacious offer. Sell him. And of course, I'm going to leave enough percentage in that deal that I can make the decision on my own. I don't have to call the investor and say, "Hey, you want a big check? Let's go ahead and sell the horse and send the guy a big bonus check for working with me on that horse." So there's I don't remember, but I've never really noticed. I never looked up how many racetracks are there in the states. Well, I know for a fact there's a racetrack in El Paso, Texas. There's a racetrack in Ruidoso, New Mexico, and they have openings for new horses, new owners, and they have stalls available. So that that's a get started option, and I think New Mexico is a really good place to buy the New Mexico bred colts because I think they've got something like a $50,000 add-on race at the end of the year. If after you buy one of their horses, you've got a chance to win $50,000 at the end of the year. So if you get lucky and purchase one of the faster colts and he wins, uh, I think you're pretty close to a millionaire right there. You just got to get lucky to pick the right horse. You know, it don't have to be the highest priced horse in the auction. It has to be the fastest horse in the auction. All you got to do, trust me, pick out the fastest horse in the auction and get him bought, get him in training, get him to the racetrack. And if you lose your money, let's say you put in $1,000, you lose your money, it'll be the best $1,000 loss you ever made in your life, the best investment you ever made in your life, because you learned a lot of knowledge and you put your money to work. You put it in the till, man. You showed some bravery there. Most people that never invest, never do nothing, very rarely do they ever amount to anything. And they don't ever have any fun in life. They just kind of got hamburger, hamburger. But buddy, I like to eat steak. You know, I like to eat good. I like to make a lot of money. So I don't like just a hamburger every day. You know what I mean? So there's a reason that uh, it's a reason that you go to the auction is because you have the ability yourself to buy the horse of your choice, and you don't have to be, can I say, you don't have to be born rich to get started. You can start from the ground up and start with the lower priced horses and just hope they can run fast. You can't really tell a lot of difference in the cheap horses and the more expensive horses, other than sometimes they're a little prettier, prettier, classier, hold their head up, kind of strut around a little bit. Those seem to bring more money, but I ain't gonna guarantee you that those horses are gonna outrun the not so pretty little bay horse that is not real big and not real muscled up. Sometimes those little suckers can scoot around that racetrack and win. That's what you want to buy, the one that wins. So it's a pleasure doing business with you there, partner. It's a good picture coming across there, really. That's a good picture. But yeah, I think it's time to get the buy and selling deal going. The more money I've got to work with, more money that we can make. As for a fact, you go to the sale and you can buy a trailer load of horses. Let's say you can buy a trailer load would be about 4 horses. And you take when you train them really fast. You don't mess around. You go 10, 12 hours a day and you train these horses and you get them handling better. And you get them to a better quality sale to where you know that they're looking for those kind of horses. You should make a profit on all 5 horses. So let's say you only make $1,000 profit on each horse. It's still $5,000 a share of the $5,000. You're not losing any money from your regular income, is what I'm saying. So if you make an additional check, you can put that into your vacation at the end of the year plan, or you can put it in savings. Or if you're really brave, you could put it back into another cycle with me. Put that extra money and your initial investment, let it build up, put it back into the program, and let's turn it again. So you can't just cash out anytime you want to. You can't cash out in the middle of a process. Like I've got horses in training. You can't cash out because the horses are in training. You have to wait till you sell them or they're racing and you get a racing check, percentage of the racing profit that day. They might win $1,500 in one race. So if they're racing 3 times that week and they win $1,500 3 times that week, that's $4,500 that we what you do is you get a percentage of how much money you put into the investment program. You will get a certain percentage of that amount. The more you put in, the bigger percentage you get. It's real simple. I can make it work. I have partners and big checkbooks and a whole lot of I agree. I agree to that. Get her done. Get her done, buddy. Get her done. Let's see what else we're going to work on. Saddles. I need somebody that's got a sales shop, established business that wants to buy these saddles at wholesale price. and put these saddles on display in your little shop and selling wholesale, so you can mark them up a little bit and make a profit on each saddle. And when you get them sold, you've made a pretty good profit. Uh, because I'm going to allow about $800 markup profit for the purchaser. So if you buy 10 saddles, you've got a possibility of making $8,000. Now you don't have to sell them at a full $8,000 profit margin. You might sell them at $6,000 profit margin. You get them sold quicker, but it's up to you on that. But what I'm going to try and do is allow a wholesale price of about $800 less than the retail value of the saddles. So if you've got a Western store and you want to start a saddle department, there's other things that goes along with saddles. There's bridles, reins, lariat ropes, cowboy boots, blue jeans. It all fills in around those saddles. If you're creasing brand new hats, uh, Resistol, I think this is Resistol. This hat is probably 40 years old. 40 years Resistol. If you get a deal with Resistol hats, they'll sell you their hats wholesale. You put them in there, you learn how to crease them. And I can show you how to crease the hats. I can show you how to crease a hat. They got this little steamer that you plug in and it produces steam, and you heat the hat and then you turn it like this. Yeah. And when you get the style you want, the width you want here, like that. Say he wants it a little wider in the front end, you hold it with your fingers across like this and pull them out and then turn it up like that, turn like the edges right there. You make this little crease, and that's the style they want. They'll tell you. These cowboys that want you to style their hat for them, they'll tell you about how they want it. So when you ask them, is it you like this style right here? And they'll tell you, yes, sir, I like that. Or they'll tell you I like a little bit more here. You can do it. So some of these hats are selling for $300 a piece, some more. But you can handle selling boots, hats, shirts, wranglers, uh, saddles, bridles, blankets. Along with all that goes horse feed, little sacks of high quality horse feed. People will buy that stuff like hotcakes because they want to take good care of their horses. So if you've got high quality feed, and I can tell you what to buy in the horse feed bag. You buy real feed. They will buy that stuff like hotcakes. So even if you don't sell a saddle that day, you might sell $100 worth of product. And how far did you have to go? To the cash register. Take the money in, to the bank. Always go into work every morning broke. No money. So as you get some money deposited in there, you send it to the bank. Just keep putting more in the bank. And then when you sell a saddle, you should make about $800 in the bank. That's profit. So you buy 10 saddles, you made $8,000. $8,000, that's a lot of profit for just buying and selling something. It just sits on the little stand there until it sells. It's no big deal. You don't have to do nothing as far as feeding and water, and it just makes you money by sitting there. As soon as somebody sees it in the morning, they write you a check and take the $800. We take the whole amount, but you actually make $800. So anyway, if you sell the saddle for $3,200, you're taking $3,200 to the bank, goes back into savings. That's how that works. So I guess as an investor, your job would be to find a saddle shop that would buy the saddles. Your job would be to keep your ears open to an investor that was interested in a certain kind of horse. Let him know, hey, we've got a horse kind of similar to what you're looking for. If you got to take a look at him. In other words, a little bit of advertising don't hurt. And a guy that's got invested in horses, keep your ears open and listen. Knowledge is worth a lot. If you've got a little bit of knowledge in that area, those people that handle a lot of horses, sometimes they will pay you a lot of money just to find them a horse. And so it's kind of like called broker fees or something. We find them a horse, we don't have to feed him very much. We just feed him long enough to get him over to their stall, pick up our check. So there's several ways of making money. I'm just kind of brushing off the top of the list there, giving people an idea how simple it is. Better than the stock market. Stock market, you don't know what they're going to do. And they make you pay the full amount. Like you've got a lot of money tied up. And if the market drops, you automatically lose money automatically. But my deal, we just look for another revenue idea, even though it wasn't the first plan. If that revenue plan drops down in value a little bit, we look for another revenue or a new customer. So we still make our profit margin as we planned. That's what we work for like that. You know, we've got control over our money, where these other people don't. They turn their money over to the stock market. The stock market distributes it around and don't give you much of your money back. I'm the kind of guy I would seriously, I would at least guarantee you your money back. I mean, there's no sense in you having to worry about losing your money when it's so easy to make money with money. You know what I mean? I nearly guarantee you your money back at the end of the year. You'd probably be happy with just being able to do an investment and get your money back. You know, that's where I look at it. That's a way. Well, that ain't a bad investment. At least get my money back. If you know, and chances are I might make some money. So it's a lot better than the stock market investment. Mm-hmm. So let's see. What else can we talk about? What kind of horses? Kind of horse. You can buy any kind of horse. You know, buy the you want to buy the horses that are underpriced. They're cheap. They're someone that wants to stop buying hay. He wants to sell the horse. He wants to give you a good price on the horse because he's ready to sell it. He's tired of getting up at 5 o'clock every morning feeding that horse. Well, that's the kind of horse to buy is one that is cheap. say, well, we don't want to buy no cheap horses. Well, I do. I want to buy some cheap horses. I got very little money tied up in them. And if I can sell them for a little bit more than I paid for them, that's called profit. So the more of them that you handle at a profit, the more money you make at the end of the year. Real simple. Real simple. So what I don't want to do is get $20,000 or $30,000 tied up in one horse. And let's say that you want to buy, you're going to start off with a high performance, high dollar racehorse. And he looks good, his papers look good, and he's fast. Let's say you buy him and you take him to the track. They're going to put him in the higher bracket because he's a higher grade quality horse. So you're going to be racing against other high quality moneyed horses. In other words, the guys with the money's got the money to run these high dollar horses. Here's what happens is if our horse is high dollar does not win the races, these other guys get the money and we're stuck with $30,000 or $40,000 investment that their horse has gained in value because they won, and yours did not gain in value because it lost. So it's you got to know what you're doing. You can't just, and you might get lucky and get the fastest horse, and if you do, you're going to make the money. That's true. But as far as me personally, I don't have the money to risk. I can't risk $30,000 on one horse. I'd rather risk $1,000 on 30 horses because I think 29 of them will make me money. You know, one of them might not make me money, but I think most of them will. So I'm gonna put all my money into one horse. But if he don't make money, I don't buy no hamburgers. I'd rather have a hamburger to eat. So the advantage of having an investor or whatever, it allows you more opportunities to make money. That's what it does. It opens up a bigger search engine of possibilities to make money. That's why you want an investor. So, well, he don't. Why does he want an investor? Because you can generate more money if you got more money to work with. It's real simple. Real simple. You have to have more money to make more money. Because you're not going to make it all. If you only got $1,000 invested, you can't really think about making much more than $1,000 and $1,100. You know, about $100. If you've got 10 of those deals, and you got a chance of making $1,000. So you turn 1,000 as many times as you can in a year. So the races you enter, I've heard, is real important. The $1,000, $1,500 races usually have the slower horses. I think that's the ones to enter is the $1,000, $1,500 races. And if I buy a racehorse, he's going to be fast. He's going to be fast. And he's going to win. So if you can win three races a week, it's $4,500 a week. That will add up to a lot of money. And buying in this direction, the horse gains in value a lot. He goes from a $5,000 young horse to $90,000, $100,000 horse pretty quick. I mean, pretty quick. These money guys, they want to win. They don't want to lose. They will pay a lot of money to win, even though they probably won't win their money back. They just want to win. You want to be down in that little winner circle. Can't blame them. If you're rich, you want to be a winner. We want to win, so we like steak. And let's see, where to go. What I like to do is go to ranch performance, quarter horse sales. Then you can buy a young horse that hasn't been to town, a young quarter horse with papers. And even a yearling colts are okay. And 2-year-old colts are okay. They've been started properly. That's a good investment right there because they're still not real high on the price range, usually, yet. But right after that, they start gaining in value pretty fast. So you can go up to $25,000 pretty quick. So if you've got $5,000 invested, it goes to $25,000. That's called net profit. Now, there's a little thing there called a hay bill, stable fee, and of course my time and energy. I get paid a little more percentage than you do. It all rattles down to if the horse is high quality, fast, he does his job properly, we'll all make money. We'll all make money. So that's the plan. So at these, what I'm trying to say is these racetracks, you got a stable, you got a track to train on, you got a racetrack to race on, and you got a guy with a checkbook to pay you at the end of the race. Now you can't beat them combinations for an investment package. It's got all the details set up for you to make money. If you had more horses, say you had 10 horses, all 10 of those horses may not be fast. But if you've got one fast horse out of the bunch, and he wins, that one horse will make up for all them other 10 investments. And those other 10 investments should break even and get your money back. And that one horse will make you rich. So I suggest do the 10 horse deal. Do the 10 horse deal. So, anyway, we've been on here about an hour. And yeah, we're a little over an hour. So we're going to call it a day. It's about 23 minutes till 6 o'clock a.m. Still dark outside, early morning. And appreciate everybody that's watching in today. And check out the website. If you want to see the saddles, go to Chuinc, CHUINC.wordpress.com. That's the saddles. If you want to see the horses in the near future, I've got a brand new website coming out. It's called rpcsaddleshop.com. That's going to have the horses on the website. We have pictures on there. We're going to have videos on there. We're going to have some investment numbers for you to look at. In other words, it would say $500 investment, and I'm going to give you a percentage over there. I'm going to put the number on the paper. If it pays 2%, 3%, 5%, whatever I'm feeling like that day, I'm going to put it on there, and this way it's going to be. And it is per profit transaction. So if you win a race, it's your horse. You're gonna in your investment, you're gonna have a horse investment into a horse, small investment. And you only get one horse. If I got 10 horses, you don't get money on all 10 of my horses. You only get money on the ones you invest in. So if you invest a small amount, you only get one horse and a certain percentage. So I'll have your name, the horse's name, and your percentage. Public information, you know. And that's gonna be. So we're going to get that set up and pretty quick. Quick. So I got to get my coffee ready. And we're going to be out of here in 3, 2, 1. See ya.